Hello and welcome to Mimi's Kitchen again. And happy Thanksgiving. Today's Thanksgiving 2024. And we're going to make a dish since we've already celebrated our Thanksgiving as a family. A few days past, I'm going to make a breakfast that was one of the favorites, not the favorite, but one of the favorites of the whole clan. And it's called SOS. Some of you might have heard of it. I got this recipe from my dad, who was in the Army, and that's where he learned how to make it. And then when he got out of the Army, he adapted it to his own liking. And then I kind of changed some things and adapted to my liking. So this is what we're going to do. I've got a pan that's been heating here. So we're going to brown some hamburger meat. And this is 93.7, so it's 93% lean and 7% fat. And that's kind of what I want to make it. I don't want it real fatty and greasy. I'm going to put just part of this in here because not all of the family's coming, and so I'm going to save the rest of it. We're supposed to have some really cold weather, so I'm going to put some of that in some chili. So I'm putting half of it, and I think this is 3 pounds, so it's about 1.5 pounds. And then you just break up your meat, and we're going to brown it in this pan. And we're going to add some salt. And we're adding salt to it. And if you hear some noise in the background, we are at home. Like I said, it's Thanksgiving, and the family's in there watching movies and stuff. So you got TV going, you got family members laughing and stuff. So like I told you before, this is a real house, a real home here, and we're living in it. So but anyway, we're going to brown up the meat in here. Bring it up to medium. Bring it up to medium high heat. And just keeping it stirred. I don't want to stir it to where it's just little crumbles of hamburger meat. I like a little bit of chunks of hamburger meat in there. But this is sitting here. I don't know if you can see it. See, it's beginning to brown and it's making some juice and stuff. So we're going to let this continue to doing its magic, and we'll be back with you. Okay, as you see in here, we've got all the meat is cooked good, so it's all brown. And you see that there's some liquid in here. So we're going to pour off some of this liquid. See that liquid? We want to leave some of it in there. And it's not all fat. There's some juices off of this ground beef too. So we want that left in there. But we're going to get some of this off. All right. In order to do that, I'm going to see where my spoon is. I think this one might serve it better than the other one. And I need to get a is this right up here? Something to put the grease in. Pull it away. So we're just gonna. Okay, as you see, we're getting some of the and we want to leave at least a couple of tablespoonfuls of the juice in here. I think we can get a little bit more of that off. It's getting into the brown. That one's really brown. Okay. After we do that, get that off, we're going to add some flour. Because this is what's going to make our gravy that goes in it. You make the gravy. And I just take, and I'm going to sprinkle about maybe 2 tablespoons in all in there. And we're going to stir this up. I'm going to stir it really well. And it's going to absorb into the meat. And you can see that there's white you can see that there's white pieces of flour in there. You want to cook all that flour out of it. So you keep stirring and pressing down into it, and it gets really dry. But the white spots you want out of them, because those are just little things of flour, and you don't want that in your gravy or in your SOS. I'm going to chop some of them up. Yes, it's doing good in here. All of them done. And you still want that raw flour taste. You want it to be gone, so you won't taste any of the flour in it. The flour is just, and it's self-rising flour. It's just for, but you could use plain flour because you've already added the salt. You're not wanting it to rise. You just want it to thicken it, and you just want to get it all to where there's not any. And I think we about got it. And you got it on a higher, I'm going to set up just a little bit to a higher heat because this is cold milk going in it. And I'm going to pour.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm going to add some milk. See, it's all browned, and so we're going to put some milk in it, and you're going to see how the milk starts thickening. And I put about 1.5 cups in here. Did you see where it's kind of like the meat's floating? It's kind of covered the meat. And then this time you start scraping the bottom and stirring, because that's going to make your gravy. All those good little pieces of cooked meat on the bottom of the pan is really, really good. It flavors it. You can scrape it off. Now we're just going to let that sit a little bit. It's starting to boil, and that's what you want. You want it to come to a good boil, and that'll help thicken it too. And once it gets thickening, then we're going to add our next ingredient, and it's heavy whipping cream. And that's something that I changed. My mom and dad always made it. Originally in the Army, this was made with water. My dad switched and made it to milk, and then they put canned milk, evaporated milk in it, and that's the way I grew up with it. But now I like to add a little bit of just cream in it. And mix that in there. Looking good. It smells good. With all this milk, it does take away the salt. It is, the salt, because milk is not salty at all. So I'm going to have to add a little bit more salt, and I'm going to turn this down to low. And see how thick it is? It's like a gravy now. And we're going to cook up some toast and eat it over toast. And we'll be back. Okay, now it's time. Our toast is ready. So we're going to plate this up. And we're going to give it a try.
Is that nice?
Look at that. Oh. Brings back so many memories. We've made memories with my mom and dad, and then we passed it on to our children and made memories there. And now it's the third generation, the grandkids, and they love this. So we're going to spread it out, pull it just a little bit, and we're going to take a bite of it. See how it is. Mouth's already watering. Really hot. It's hot. It is good. It is so good. Hope you'll try it. One of my children loves to put Texas Pete on his. I just like mine, just like it is. But you can try different variations. My dad sometimes, if we had this at an afternoon or in the evening, he would put garlic in it. So that was good too. So I hope you'll try the recipe, and I hope you enjoy it as much as our family does. Happy Thanksgiving again. Bye-bye.